Hi Retro Crew, we're coming at you with a different kind of video today. We each wrote down 5 of our favorite video games and placed them in a hat. And the other person's going to pick that and we're going to defend our video game against the other.
We did have a neutral third party to make sure we didn't have any repeats. So.
Alright, so the one you're going to be debating for is Super Mario World.
Make sure I don't have 2. Your game is Spider-Man 2 for the PS2.
Excellent.
So this will be good. An old game versus a new one.
Yeah.
I'm Matt.
I'm Brian. We're the Retro Sons.
Alright, so once again I got Super Mario World, and he got Spider-Man 2 for the PS4.
2.
Oh, for the PS2?
Yep.
Oh, I was thinking the other Superman, or Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know I had. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're both older games.
Yep.
Alright, so you want to go first? Why do you think that's better than Super Mario World?
Because it was the first really open world Spider-Man game and it made you feel like Spider-Man. There's been more side-scrolling Mario games before that one, so it's not like, I know it was like the first 16-bit one, but it didn't like add anything too new or exciting. This one, you could go anywhere and swing from multiple web lines at once, and just like I said before, it made you really feel like Spider-Man.
Yeah, but some of the enemies were a pain to fight in that one. You couldn't go inside most buildings.
No admittance without clearance.
You saw a lot of the really good Spider-Man enemies like Rhino and Mysterio and others.
Yeah.
And it followed the movie, which is really good.
It's just like in the movies.
Super Mario World was the first really good Mario game in my opinion. And you say you can't go anywhere, but there's branching paths and there's different levels. You could beat different ways. They had multiple different ways you could get to the end of a level and the game. I think you can get to the end of this game in like 8 levels if you know the way to get there.
Yeah.
Then Koopa's Castle there's multiple ways you can beat that and different ways you can go, and you can find a way you like and you can take that way to get to the end.
Yeah.
Plus all the enemies I think are fun in this one. All the end bosses.
Right. Bad guys.
I don't see any cons for Super Mario World, but I do see some for Spider-Man 2.
Well, like I said before, it didn't really offer much new in the way of Mario. It was still side-scrolling and limited. This one you could just play around. If you didn't want to fight the enemies, you didn't have to go in a linear path.
Yeah.
You could just swing around.
But this one was on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I think it was way ahead of its time. That one was on the PlayStation 2. So it had a lot more power in which to have an open world.
Yeah.
And open world games aren't for everybody either.
No, but when any Spider-Man game before this is just like you just swinging and webbing into the world, this really made you feel like Spider-Man. Like I said before, and a lot of people wanted that, and the hype over this, I remember the hype for this was really big. I was a bit younger then, but I don't remember too much hype for that. It's just like, okay, here's a Nintendo and here's a Mario game coming with it.
Yeah.
It is expected in this. You didn't know what to
Super
expect.
Mario World was a launch title game too, so it came out when the Super Nintendo did.
Is what I have been saying, you fool.
Seen as one of the best, or the best, Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, this one wasn't a launch title. You could have it for other, I know I put for PS2, but you could get it for other systems too, so you didn't have to have that specific system to play it.
Yeah.
So other people who didn't have PS2, they could still experience this one and get that Spider-Man experience.
Yeah, I think I had that one on the Wii, or I had one of them, Spider-Man 2 maybe, or
GameCube maybe.
Yeah, maybe GameCube.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you can't beat a good Mario game. I don't think many Mario games are good. There's a lot of other good Spider-Man games though.
Yeah.
Discover check. And incidentally, mate.
Everybody knows Spider-Man and likes him, and well, not everybody likes him, but I think he's got a wider fan base.
Than Mario?
Yeah.
You think Spider-Man games have a bigger fan base than a Mario game?
Not games entirely, just Spider-Man as a character, so it's probably more hype for this one, like I said before. More people wanting to play it, and like I said, you can play it across multiple platforms. all the Nintendo people know Mario, and we're looking forward to that one probably and excited about that one.
Yeah. Plus, this introduced Yoshi too, and he was a fun character to play.
Yeah, this
So you had a
introduced.
side character you could play with too. Spider-Man, you're all by yourself swinging through the city.
Well, you had Bruce Campbell when you got the hint things.
Yeah, those were always funny.
Yeah, so he's kind of like a companion character. And then he said once you got them all, he'd say something different.
And he said something different.
Yeah, there was just so much you could do in this one. There was race challenges and upgrades and all that kind of stuff you could do. Faster swinging, so you could get points and upgrade your swinging, upgrade your fight style.
Yeah, but there was capes and firepower, and that you could like use the cape and fly across entire levels if you wanted.
Yeah.
The only downside for this is that one level where you get the balloons.
Oh yeah.
And
I
there's a
remember
level
that.
with plants. That level is so hard.
Mhm.
But again, there's secret levels you can get in this, and there's so many different worlds and levels, and it's not the same thing all the time just swinging through New York City. You're going through different levels and different worlds, and you can find blocks and upgrade your the worlds. So
Yeah.
there's go back and play other levels, and they're different than they were before.
Mhm.
It's got so much replayability.
And replay.
Can do if you just like that Spider-Man swinging through the city, and if you can't do something at first, you can upgrade and try to figure out a Spider-Man way to do it, like getting the people off of the boats. That was always hard, but there must be a way to do it.
Yeah, but once you finish everything in that game, all there is to swing around and random crimes pop up every once in a while.
Yeah,
This game, you can always go back to the levels and replay the entire level.
yeah, well, you could do that too if you just started another save file on this one. You could replay the whole game.
Yeah, you could do that with any
Before.
game.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what you're saying on that one too, then.
No, you can have your same file, and if you didn't beat the levels a different way, you can always go back and replay them, and
Oh yeah, I get what
there's
you're saying.
always new discovery in the levels if you haven't beaten them all. And like I said, there's branching paths, so if there's levels you don't like a certain way, you can always go a different way.
Mhm.
And there's just different levels you can beat and play. So this one, it's just made for all sorts of different people. I mean, a Spider-Man game is made for a certain kind of gamer.
Smart one.
Like
guess
if you
that's-
don't like a level in the middle of this game and you replay it, you're always going to have to replay that level. But in this game, there's some levels you have to play. Like there's only one way, but if there's a path you don't like, you can always take a different path and play different levels.
Mhm.
Or if you're a weird completionist like I am, you can always go and play all the levels.
Yeah, that one you have to go and do certain things though. This one, if you just want to kill some time and not really accomplish any goal, just swing around and absentmindedly do anything, you can go and do that and just kill some time. You can just pop it in and you don't have to like find that certain level you want to play. You can just swing around, and if a crime pops up, you can go take care of it or
Well,
ignore it if
I like
you,
all the levels in this game. I can just pop it in and play.
It's not the same.
or you can just ignore things if you want to. You can skip over, like if a balloon gets away, you don't have to. You have to hear the kid crying a little bit, but
Yeah. That was always a pain too.
yeah,
As many times as I played that game, I don't think I ever got a balloon back to a kid.
yeah, I have.
I always tried to web them and they always popped.
You can't weld them, you gotta grab them.
I know. But
So there's certain problem solving things in this one you have to figure out, like I've said before. Just figure out the Spider-Man way to do it.
yeah.
And it was the first one that really had like car chases, so you'd have to stop cars, and you had Tobey Maguire actually doing the voice for Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
He always had some funny little sayings. It wasn't always like different, you didn't have a wide variety of them, but
Yeah. I mean, there was no talking in this game, so I can't really talk to that. But,
No.
I mean, like you said, it was so early on in they couldn't put much
right.
for talking, so it would get annoying after a while. He'd just be saying the same stuff,
Right, but
and people from the street would yell up at you, but they'd always yell the same things.
yeah.
Then there was some infuriating parts, like delivering pizzas. I never once delivered a pizza in that game either.
Oh.
Maybe one, but like I couldn't do all of them.
Yeah.
They gave you like 3 or 4 of them at a time,
Yeah.
so it was always infuriating.
Yeah. Another point for this one is you said there was a lot of good Spider-Man games, and that's the only good Mario game.
In my opinion, I mean,
yeah.
there are
Yeah.
other good Spider or Mario games.
This one kind of like paved the way for those other ones. Without this, well, I know they probably would have eventually done open world games, but this one did it first, and they did it right. Like you had to actually web to buildings, and it wasn't just up into the sky straight on, type of thing. But like this one came first, and it kind of did it best, and then the other ones just kind of tried to. And until Insomniac came along, they didn't really get it right.
This did too. Super Mario World did too.
Yeah,
It was the first in a long line of games that just kept getting better, and they took so much from this game for other Mario games.
You may be right. I may be crazy.
The next one after this was Mario 64.
oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
You could
And-
say that was the real.
Well, this game, they took a lot for that game from this game. So it just built off what they did for this one and made it bigger and better because it was a more powerful system.
Right?
I'd say these are about even on that point.
I guess so.
They took as much from Spider-Man 2 as they did from... And there was a long line of bad Spider-Man games after this one. The next good one after that was Insomniac's Spider-Man, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't played many Spider-Man games, but the ones I've played... But this one, I mean, you had Super Mario 64, you had Mario Sunshine, the ones where he went into space there, I don't know what...
Odyssey?
Yeah, no.
Oh, no. Galaxy?
Yeah,
That makes
Galaxy
sense.
1 and 2, which they say Galaxy, the first one, is like one of the best games, or 2.
Oh.
One of the best Mario games, so this just... From this game on, they just kept getting better and better.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of handheld Mario games that are great too, and they all took a lot of stuff from this one.
Copycat crime!
Spider-Man, until you got to the Insomniac ones, they were hit or miss.
The worst ones were the Amazing Spider-Man games. Those were terrible.
Don't try it!
Yeah,
But I think
and
the
those
other
came
ones-
like directly after these ones.
Well, Spider-Man 3 came after this one, and that was
Oh yeah,
pretty good too. It was by the same people. I don't remember right. Treyarch.
Treyarch,
Yeah. So that was another one. Then I don't know. There was a lot that I haven't played, but they all followed the open world concept. You could go anywhere and do that kind of thing.
yeah.
So
And open world games aren't for everybody either.
no, that's true. But
It was fun just swinging around the city, though, I got to admit.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
That game, after swinging around for a while, you kind of get bored of it. This game, I could always pop this game in anytime, any day, and just play a level or play a couple levels and be happy as a clam.
yeah. But anyone could say that. Like they could say going in a linear fashion is kind of boring, and they'd want to just pop this in and swing around because I could put this in and just swing around for a while until I got bored of it. I mean, you're gonna get bored of any game
Yeah, well,
after a
this
while.
isn't as linear as most Mario games. Most Mario games, you have to go level by level. This one, you can, like I said, there's branching paths, and levels have different ways of beating them.
Yeah,
Not every level, but a lot of them do have separate ways. And it depends on what you want. I mean, there's water levels, there's levels where you can fly through them.
Many levels.
All sorts of different levels. It's not just swinging around doing one thing.
It does other things!
Swinging around a city.
yeah. And fight random crimes and either saving balloons or people about to fall and getting them to ambulances and stopping cars, people driving angry.
Yeah.
So there's different random things that can pop up too, or
Yeah, there are a lot of different random things in that one.
and you can talk to, like, if people have a green symbol over their head, you talk to them and they'll give you a random thing. So you can get people to tell you crimes that are going on, or you can just stumble upon one.
Yeah.
So there's different things, and you can stop and take a break. And like I said, there's races, there's time challenges, there's all the
I always hated those.
skyscraper tokens you could find. There's hidden things for you to discover all over.
So much to do.
There are hidden blocks you can find in this one.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. It doesn't seem like we're going to budge on our...
No, it doesn't.
It's just like every debate. Nobody ever budges.
Yeah, right.
So we'll have to let the people decide.
Yeah, it'll probably be pretty split there too, or they'll think we're crazy and neither of these games was all that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have their favorites.
Well, I mean, it's just between these two. I mean, we have more favorite games.
Yeah, right.
Like I said, this is just my favorite Mario game, but I do have other Mario games I like.
Yeah.
Just like you, that's one of your favorite Spider-Man games, but you do have other ones you like.
Yeah.
Alright. So let us know who you think debated their game better. Let us know what game out of these two you like better. Like, comment, and subscribe. There'll be an orb over here. Watch one of these two videos, and we'll see you in the future.
Let's talk more about the past.